Okay, look, son, look. We don't outnumber you. We don't. And your spectral stuff is really irritating to deal with, but at the same time, you don't have a lot of spellcasters. The Amazons work like dwarves in reverse, a single male that runs the colony. Alright. I could try to kill you now. Let's transfer in, because we've got ourselves a little hero. Can I put the Hydra armor on you? No, because you already have armor. What do you have? You have the dragon armor. I wish there was something to do in Conquest of Elysium like that, but we can't. So we suffer. I'll just messenger crows twice and just say, well, what is it? Because I'm going to sit here. I don't think he's going to want to attack my army, but I don't know. Alright. So crossing mountains is usually a horrible idea, but in this case, I think we've got a decent enough cause for crossing the mountain. Yeah, that's the only downside, is that magic is generally beyond what we can do. You know what, Castius? You're doing a fantastic job. I'm going to keep you and Deviko here, specifically to deal with the hordes of dispossessed spirits that exist purely to annoy me. Alright. So you got the fairy paths. You got legendary beings. And you got legendary beings. Let's begin the beings of legend. Come forth. Yes! Yes! Those are two really good rolls to begin with. Okay, I'm okay with that one. It's not a cockatrice. Yes! I am ecstatic. So when we get a big enough army down to Illidan, these druids here, all they're going to do is when we get enough dudes down to this region where we can attack Illidan and reclaim this ancient forest, we're going to have Segonax take both of these guys under his wing and teleport in a bunch of Ents, rocks, and other legendary creatures all on top of this ancient forest simultaneously. That's the plan, we're sticking to it, and boy is it going to be fun. We're trying to sell off our ludicrous amount of iron, but I don't think we actually can because I just don't think there's enough trade on the map to actually make a dent in it. But my only response is, oh heck yes, this is going to be great. So, Crimbley, I need you to pick up even more creatures. Fantastic creatures and where to find them. Laid out the groundwork for this plan. This plan that was in motion, or in real life, multiple years. Okay, 1 year, I think. That's only because I had to put the series on hiatus, because I'm bad with timing and finishing stuff. And it doesn't look like we're actually going to get enough time to finish this, just because the sheer amount of things we're trying to collect. Alright, we gotta do it, because just this right here, this amount of animals alone, is nearly 200 animals all in one spot. And then Hades had a grumble. How could you possibly have more than me? And I only said because nature wills it. I mean, I could make a theoretical deal with the ghosties, but at this point, I think I might just I might just stomp the, statue out of existence. Transfer over... Just transfer over an entire row of 20 of these things, because when am I ever not going to make use of this? It's a scout, right? Sure, take a scout. Like you say, and then Hades had a grumble as if he could do something against this. This abomination that continues to march southward. Yes, I have 9 commanders who have AP left. Sue me. I'm fine with draining Hades of all the dead. The dead should stay dead. And no creature should rule them. So, send your worst. I'm ready. He runs. He thinks it'll do something for him. And then Hades had such a loud grumble, he toppled over his statue. Attacking in a graveyard. That's funny. Silver Mine's a little bit less funny, but that's fine. That's funny. That's even funnier. That's funny. Keep attacking my strongholds. I'll drain you of your undead before too long. Okay. Curse of the Wood should work on them. Shooting Thorns is good for damage. Confusion, I'm not sure Confusion works on the undead, so I don't think he'll cast it. Can he actually just not damage him as the tree? I don't think he can. What does Curse of the Wood do? Transform into a tree. What the hell does a tree have stats, like, on? There we go. Thank you, Ancient Tree, for being the best tree ever. He tries to run into the jungle, but that's the mighty jungle where lions sleep tonight, is where he is going to find his end. Let the Ents come forth. No more ancestral chiefs, no more anything. Just nothing but messenger crows flooding the land. And there are dispossessed spirits down here causing him trouble. Sweet. Continue your march south. The winter will end soon-ish, thereabouts. Swole-log, advance! If I ever make a D&D character that is an Ent or some form of tree person, I might just make it a joke character and make him a barbarian named Swole-log. You never know by looking at an area you're walking into how many big things are there, and then you just look at the army screen and it's just, here, have 20 bears. Right here. Just to sit here tanking for you. A monk tree. Alright. Time to completely overload the number of creatures you can have on screen. Commius is going to go this way, return, grab slingers from the old castle ruins, sit in the ancient forest, and be ready to launch our assault from there. Who's to say they're not all have different names? Swole-log is simply the one with the regeneration amulet. That is the only way we could differentiate him for now. Okay. I was hoping Shift R would be the way to rename something, because I vaguely remember that was the rule, like the key binding for it, but no, we just don't have that ability just yet. Head down. You're gonna need to go join with someone soon. What was your squad mostly filled with? That's right, you had a ridiculous number of ranged units. And would you look at that, this stuff is already regenerating. Oh god. Like, I know you're claiming stuff, but I might just send him up here because there's also a ludicrous amount of stuff right here at this ancient forest. Come at thee, branch bringer. The dispossessed spirits are trying to ruin my fun, but the answer to that is just obviously more slingers. Alright, you. I have enough castings to do legendary beings through— oh my god. Okay, there's the first bad one. There's the first really bad one. I'm just of the opinion that the only reason you take cockatrices is if you want to suicide into the enemy. I guess the Ents have heard their high praise and have decided to join us. March of the Ents, much will ya? And then you can repeat Messenger Crows, because it's cheap in the ancient woodland. Alright. Anumaki cheeky breaky. God, I want to unleash Gainswood, but I can't unleash Gainswood. I want to unleash it, but I know they'll die if I do so. And I just can't do that to us yet. Where is the barbarian camp exactly? Because I'm confused. Alright, we have another force that can go in and reinforce the anti-undead front. I don't know. Oh, you can. I never knew you could just right-click to do that. Wait, barbarian camp. Here? Hold on, hold on. That's the hut, not the barbarian camp. Did we just take something from him without us even noticing? We did. This is their home base. This is the base I couldn't find. So we now know where every single one of their dudes are. Alright. you're going to stop your lesser ritual of mastery. Or, sorry. He's going to start messenger crows in an effort to keep our stuff. We're going to leave the hut behind. It's been fun, but it's time to move on. The messenger crows up here don't do anything except just recapturing stuff, and our forest shepherds are reaching north. Verdiscus, the druid, will head down south and will use the true ritual of mastery on this ancient forest. He will come in first. He will go into Illidan, and he will sacrifice his life for the greater good, and try to claim Illidan for us. Anything that remains, the March of Gaineswood, will come in immediately thereafter to wipe them out. The T-Boys. These names are getting worse and worse. As a trade, I want to sell iron faster. That's basically how I'm managing this horde, is just I'm selling a ludicrous amount of stuff. So yeah, he was sitting in a corner, doing nothing but gaining minor animals this whole time. And so he has like 200 plus fire ants. All with poison blast attacks that pierce. And so I'm not too concerned with it. In fact, I'm quite welcoming of it. Alright. The battle that we've all been dreading. Dost thou even hoist? I've already forgotten what that treant's name was. Hang on, let me scroll up in my chat. Oh god, my ears. Swole-log, go! Achieve enlightenment through genocide. Leave no entrance. Oh god, he's heal 16. It actually rounds up. He's just not able to die. Oh, and by the way, we have so many summons on this side that the summons are wrapping around and summoning behind our enemies. The ants are just doing work. I literally cannot complain. Have you hit? No, you have not hit level 60 yet. I guess that's fair. Yeah, I guess if he's just punching everything to death, he's gonna find enlightenment somewhere. Somewhere in all the viscous and viscera and marrow. There are just more bears and moose coming forward, decimating and pushing. This is actually the perfect strategy. So, slowing down here to explain what's going on. Because the trees don't give enough of a fuck that they can move, they're sitting here, not dying and killing everything that comes their way. Which means, since there's not enough trees to block the path, the mooses keep going around. Normally, creatures like this that get surrounded versus smaller armies just die because they can't deal with it. Because the moose keep going around, they keep pushing the army back in this and messing up their front line. So the Ents aren't falling. Now, these two Ents will probably die, but Swole-log will live thanks to regeneration being OP as all hell on an Ent. Thankfully, though, we're going to have like 6 or 7 Ents join this battle soon. Swole-log's march. And they're almost through all the ethereal guys, which are the only thing that could slow us down. Oh god, Swole-log's advancing. Aww. Swole-log fled. His magic-resistant morale was not high enough for whatever was cast on him. Pain? No. That couldn't have been it. What caused the fear effect on Swole-log? Unfortunately, you cannot take gauntlets, you can only take miscellaneous items. So, Swole-log flees, but Swole-log is not going to die. Considering, if we come back here, we have all of this for these guys to get through first, plus the amount of deer and bears. So I'm still good. And we're going to get Swole-log back, and hopefully when he comes back, he'll be leveled up enough, he'll gain enough levels to get a morale boost. Oh yeah, no, that would be some solid irony, him having some slashing resistance on top of this, but I think I actually need magic resist more than anything else. Swole-log, you coward! At the end of the day, we still have beholders. There are not enough gains to be had. No, more like it, he just missed his protein powder, and he forgot his protein powder, and in a panic is running back to go and get it. He's been out in the desert too long. Actually, would weightlifting Ents use protein powder, or would they use compost? Like, did he just forget his compost at home, needs to mix it into his drink to continue to work out? Not sure. Oh yeah, that hero's dead. Like, one of the heroes had died, I'm not sure... Oh, there he is. This guy just can't make it to the front. The other hero is dead because he no longer regenerates, so that's unfortunate. No, they used watermelons. Are they actually going... No. They're not gonna win. That'd be ridiculous. Oh, okay. Here come the beholders, so, say goodbye to half our army, but goodbye to half of their army as well. Jesus. They're just getting obliterated. Swole-log, what have you done? Swole-log, you let this war crime behold the fiery gaze. Maybe this Swole-log thought, you know what? This is not even worth our time. I'm gonna let the nerds take care of this. And thus the nerds did. So, there was another thing that... Yeah, Swole-log fled. Like, Swole-log fled, but he'll be back, because we won the battle. Swole-log fled because he was hit by a magical panic, and thus he ran away. That's why I said I need to get a magic item that gives him magic resistance. For Swole-log to continue. He's still alive, but he just ran away. And the other hero died, so his magic items are being distributed amongst the people who can actually use them. Boots of the Mountain and Gauntlets of Protection. He should flex harder. Upon that, you and I both agree. But dude, the nerds just flexed on the entire army so hard. That entire core group that was resistant to even Swole-log's advances, they just waltzed on in and just doom lasered everything. Admittedly, we're like missing half of our front line now. So, yeah. But, I mean, I guess that's a good compromise? Actually, I do have somewhere I need to be at 8. I just remembered why I was stopping at 8. As I do have some people I'm going to have to meet with, so I won't be able to hold up to my promise of being able to continue a little bit past 8 o'clock. However, I'll just run through the rest of these turns and save, so that we might continue the adventures of Swole-log the next time I end up being able to stream. Which, unfortunately, will not be this weekend. I'm hoping to try to get a set weekend schedule, but with the end of finals also comes the graduation of a few people. My sister-in-law is actually graduating, and I've been invited, and I wish to be there for her. As such, I am unavailable to stream this Saturday. The following Saturday, there shouldn't be a single thing that stops me, because there can't be anything else that stops me. So I'll be able to continue the Legend of Grimrock 2, and maybe, just maybe, we'll continue the adventure of Swole-log. Of course. That's all Swole-log did. Anyway. Let's just look at this. So our army actually is still consistently higher than the enemy because we're still gaining more than we're losing. And the barbarians lost a lot of forces considering they just were entirely wiped out. Good freaking gosh. So, hope you all enjoyed watching. This has been BrainBoy 20 with Let's Play Conquest of Elysium 4, A Druid's Story, The Legend of Swole-log, and its beginning.